In the last part, I found out my girlfriend had known me for 2 years. But I only remember 6 months. And she told me something worse, that I asked her not to tell me what happened. I didn't know what to say. Because how do you respond to that? How do you process the idea that you chose to forget your own life? I just stood there, holding the photo. Staring at a version of myself that didn't feel like me. So I asked her again. What do you mean? I told you not to tell me? This time, she didn't look away. She didn't hesitate. She just looked tired. Like she'd been carrying this alone for a long time. You made me promise, she said. You said if you ever asked I had to pretend everything was normal. That made my chest tighten. Because that meant I knew something was coming. Something bad enough that I didn't trust myself to handle it. So what happened? I asked. She shook her head immediately. No. You were really clear about that. I felt frustration start to build. Clear about what? That if you ever started remembering again, it meant it was too late. Too late for what? That's what I wanted to ask. But something stopped me. Because deep down, a part of me already knew I didn't want that answer. So instead, I asked something else. Who was I talking to before this started? She froze. Just for a second. Then said quietly. Yourself. That didn't make sense. What do you mean, myself? She hesitated, then pointed toward my phone. You left yourself messages. My stomach dropped. So I grabbed my phone. Opened my notes. Scrolled. At first, nothing looked strange. Just normal stuff. Reminders. Lists. Random thoughts. But then I saw one file. No title. Just a blank space. I tapped it. And that's when everything shifted. Because it wasn't empty. It was full. Paragraphs. Dozens of them. All written in my voice. But I didn't remember writing any of it. The first line said, if you're reading this, it worked. My hands started shaking. I kept reading. You're not going to remember who you were before this. That's the point. Every word felt heavier than the last. I did this because I didn't have a choice. I could feel my heart starting to race. Because this wasn't a joke. This wasn't confusion. This was planned. By me. Then I read the next line. And everything stopped. Do not ask her what happened. I looked up at my girlfriend. She was already watching me. Like she knew exactly where I was in the message. And then I read the line after that. The one I wish I never saw. Because if she tells you, it means I was wrong. I couldn't breathe for a second. Wrong about what? That's what I wanted to ask. That's what I needed to know. But before I could say anything, my phone buzzed. A new notification. From an unknown number. And the message just said, you weren't supposed to read that yet.